Hi everyone, today me and my friend will discuss about radar systems. As the introduction, let's see what is radar system. Radar system is a system that attempts to infer information about a remotely located object reflection of deliberately generated electromagnetic waves at radio frequencies. And what is the principle of this radar system? The radar will use electromagnetic energy pulse to work. The radio frequency energy will transmit from the radar set to the object, and then it will reflect it back from the object to the radar, as you can see in the picture below. Now I will pass it to my friend Nasrullah to tell the detail about how this radar system works.
How radar works. Working principle of radar operation. It transmits electromagnetic power as well as examines the energy reflected back from the target. If the returned signals are received again at the position of their source, then an obstacle is in the transmission away. Fundamentals of radar. A radar system works by transmitting electromagnetic waves toward an object and receiving the reflected signals. The received signals are processed to determine the object's position, range, and velocity. The Doppler effect is used to measure the movement of objects. The main components of the radar system are the transmitter, duplexer, waveguides, receiver, antenna, and dash hall decision unit. Then I will pass to my friend Zafir.
Application of radar systems in daily life. Radar, radio detection and ranging system use radio wave to detect objects, measure their speed, and determine their distance. In daily life, they operate silently in the background to ensure travel safety, forecast weather, manage traffic, and secure your environment. The purpose of application of radar system in daily life. First, weather forecasting. Doppler radar track precipitation, storm intensity, and wind speed in the real time to issue surf weather warnings. You can check this local weather system using platforms like MyRadar. The second one, aviation safety. Air traffic control use radar to track aircraft, prevent mid-air cancellation, and safety guide planes through poor visibility. Third, law enforcement. Police and highway patrols use radar guns to intensely measure the speed of passing vehicle to enforce road safety law. The last one, home and perimeter security. High frequency radar is developed to create invisibility security's perimeter around restricted properties, intensely alerting operators of any unauthorized movement. So now I will pass this to Anas to talk about the future of the radar technology.
The future of radar technology. The first one is smarter and more integrated radar system. It utilizes artificial intelligence for automatic threat detection and enable instant data processing and rapid decision making. The second one is miniaturization and portability. It development of much smaller radar units designed for mobility, and it can be worn by personnel or mounted onto drones. The third one is quantum radar and stealth detection. Counter stealth. It's capable of detecting advanced stealth aircraft that traditional radar miss. And for the quantum mechanic, it ongoing research into cutting-edge quantum-based radar system. The last one is civilian and environmental use expansion. For the smart city, it integrated into a traffic management and urban infrastructure. And for the climate meteorology, it used for advanced weather prediction and long-term climate
Hi,
monitoring.
so I'm Afi. So in this slide, I will explain the advantage and disadvantage of the radar system. So for the advantage of radar system, we have a four advantage. So first, work in all weather condition. radars can detect objects during rains, fog, cloud, and darkness that make it reliable for aviation, maritime navigation, and defense operation. Second, provide accurate distance and position information. Radar measure the range, direction, and speed of the target to helping air traffic controllers, ship operator, and military personnel monitor movement accurately. Third, we have enhanced safety and surveillance. Radar help prevent collision between aircraft and ship to track weather system and detect potential threat for improving overall safety and security. Finally, long-range detection capability. Radar can detect and track object over long distance that making it useful for monitoring aircraft, ship, weather system, and potential threat before they reach a critical. Okay, now, so in this slide, I will explain the disadvantage of radar system. We have four disadvantage of radar system. So first, high installation and maintenance costs. Radar equipment is expensive to purchase, operate, and maintain, especially for large-scale aviation and defense system. Second, are susceptible to interference and clutter. Weather condition, building, mountains, and electronic signal can create unwanted echoes that reduce detection accuracy. Third, we have a limited target identification capability. Radar can detect the presence and location of an object, but often cannot identify the exact type of object without additional system. Lastly, for the disadvantage of radar system is requires a clear line of sight. Radar performance can be reduced by obstacles such as mountain, building, or terrain that the block or reflect radar wave that creating blind spot detection.
That's all from us. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy watching our presentation. Bye bye.